So this is really cool. First, I want to introduce my buddy Colin here. Flew in from Mexico to come splotching in the rain. But this is something I've never seen, and I drive through here a million times, and I look at everything. This is an upside-down tree impaled into the earth. You can see that the end up in the air is the fatter end of the log, which means it gets skinnier and it tapers down, meaning that it's literally upside down, stuck in the ground, sticking straight up. I'm going to come back and look at this once I get rain gear on.
Let's do that later, yeah.
But that is a pretty cool find.
It's totally jammed in the ground.
Totally jammed in the ground. So, Colin, out of all the things that we have seen in the last 2 days up here, what, in your opinion, is the most bizarre of the anomalies in this forest?
Braided trees.
The braided trees?
I just can't wrap my head around the braided trees. Like, it's literally trees that were somehow manipulated. And I got pictures. You got on your channel.
We got videos. I'm actually thinking about going and looking at them again tomorrow before we leave.
I got my own personal pictures out there. I'm going to give to my kids when I die. Like that, dude. So these trees, and here's, I'm sorry if I sound like a record, but I've never seen anything like it in my life. And I've literally been in the woods so much. They look like someone literally braided them together, like spun them. I guess braided's not the right word because it'd be three.
Yeah.
But it looks like they were like, you take a twist tie to close a bread bag, right? And you spin it together like this, right? And they were manipulated.
Yeah, they are twisted into a spiral. Yeah. So I want to understand how this tree is pinned to the ground and how it is not standing itself back up. And I'm in the middle of, Arch Central. See that tree right there? It's actually got big old scrape marks on it where it's wedged. Oh, it's just too dark. It's not wanting to come out. See if I can get the focus to work. There we go. Yeah, you can kind of see the scrape marks right there. It's that light color right next to the tree. But see, it's wedged in there. And then it goes here and it even curls back up. And then right next to it is this other arch that's curling way off that way. And then this one, see, this one's way down here. And it goes up, up, up. And then it goes way, way, way over here. And then this arch, this one right here, that was an arch last time I was here, and now it's been broke off. But this is the one I want to go up and check out. I gotta climb this mountain. So here's the arch. This is the top of the tree. And then it goes way down there. I mean, that defies any capabilities of a conifer tree. And that is so crazy that they broke this arch, because I can see right there how fresh that break is. The one right there, because that was an arch last time I was here.
You can tell by the color of the wood.
Yeah,
Break.
very fresh. That happened in the last month.
This would be a great hunt.
I've never been right here.
It's a little bit of a jaunt to get up that.
Yeah. Yeah, when I first found all those arches, I was just passing through and I had to go. But see, like, here's another, this is a conifer tree. right here that's leaned up and it's hooked in that crutch of that
Oh,
tree.
look how it's twisted. Look how it's twisted right there. That's interesting. See that?
This one?
This one right here.
Yeah,
See
yeah,
how
yeah.
it's split right there, like it was topped. See that? And then they twisted it together. See that?
Oh yeah, yeah, I
See
see.
the seam?
Yeah,
So if it was topped there and then it grew two, they twist something.
yeah,
See,
and
it's
I've seen
twisted?
that. I've seen
I've
that
never
on
seen that
other
before.
trees. I've seen that on other ones. In here. Yeah.
If that isn't manipulated by whatever.
Well, it had to have been topped for it to do the double.
that.
And then it goes up and then it twists into itself.
Yeah, it's probably grown together or something.
So this is a big old footprint like indent that I just spotted. But we're looking at this. Look how this,
It's been braided.
it's been braided together. This is a conifer tree. They don't do this. They don't wrap themselves like an ivy would. And we were just looking at a different one that was doing the same thing, just not quite as impressive. I don't care what anybody says, that right there would take intentional manipulation of the tree. It's dead. I can't tell, but this probably is a,
That happened before it died, I think.
yeah, oh yeah, had to have.
Dude, that's 100%.
If that was natural, all the time when we were kids in the woods, all the time that I still currently spend in the woods, like a lot, right?
Yeah, we would see it.
I've never ever in my life seen braided trees,
Yeah.
dude. Never. I've only seen that with. Okay, here's an example. I've seen how people will manipulate house gardening, landscaping
Yeah.
trees and graft them doing
Yeah.
that to create forms, right? But they were literally twisted.
Twisted around
Like-
each other in the
like-
strangest way. And the only way I've ever seen anything like that was in the jungles of Costa Rica, where trees do that naturally because they're totally different species and they
Our
just.
conifers here don't do that.
No, conifers grow straight like poles.
Yeah,
Unless
ours here
they're
don't do that.
broken, manipulated, and altered and molested.
So it makes me wonder why,
Yeah.
right?
So, a doubter is going to doubt. But I am a person that works on trees every day. These trees do not wrap each other like this. This is beyond abnormal. This one is fully twisted and braided together. It's pretty crazy. And the top of it, it's probably what killed them because they're both dead. And they eventually, I think, choked each other out. And that's just a perfect example of why a tree wouldn't want to do this to itself. But yet here it is. Oh, and then that's a good perspective. See, this is an arch they're starting
Oh, you're right there. Check it out.
right above us. Are you looking at the one right above us?
Yeah. This braided tree is totally throwing me for a loop, man.
This tree right here in the center of my screen will be more of an arch next time I come here. They're just starting to get this one to curl.
I think this tree was braided even higher. It's just the top broke off
Yeah,
over
it
time.
it
You can
eventually,
see the shape of it.
yeah, I think it kept going. It just eventually died and fell apart. This braided tree is something you don't see every day. You do see stuff like that in like rainforests and like South America and stuff like that, but you do not see that on, I mean, look around at all these trees. They don't wrap themselves. So this is where I'm gonna plug in 2 new game cameras, and I'll show you why. See that arch right there in the center of my screen? That's the one that we climbed up to the top of. And then you go straightly left, you got this arch going up that way. And then we got this arch going that way. And then right over here, We got another arch going up that way. And also, in this area, there's about 10 exploded arches, remnants of old arches. So for some reason, they're coming in here and manipulating these trees a lot more frequently than other places. Because there's something about this spot that makes them want to do this. Because there's trees everywhere. So why come here and play with these ones over and over again? And I believe it has something to do with energy or something to do with some sort of attraction. I mean, I can only speculate, but I know last time I put 2 trail cams beneath some arches, those trail cams started capturing some really weird stuff. So I'm hoping that the same thing happens around here. Time will tell. There's treetops everywhere in here. And we see one that is jammed into the ground. Yeah, like this thing right here. I'm standing on a big old treetop.
Nothing's in there. Look at that.
Is it?
How does that happen? I just don't get how that.
Oh, these are all treetops. Everything I'm stepping on is a treetop right here. Wow, it is.
Feel that, dude. That was for solid. That's in there.
Here, will you hold this camera for a second? Oh, it's in there deep.
Here, we'll get a better shot.
Oh, wow, yeah, I could break that off. It's definitely just stabbed in there. And I can just look in every direction and see treetops. There's another one right there that I think might be stabbed into the
Here,
ground.
shake that one again, like you just did. Like decent.
Yeah, because these little flimsy branches are not going to hold this up. That's a good amount of meat in the ground.
It's deep in there.
And I want to see if this one's stabbed. See, here's another treetop. They're just everywhere in here. And look here, Colin, this is more of these sticks that are strangely stabbed into the ground. We found a lot of those in the last couple of days. Here's another treetop. Yeah, I know. Here's more treetops. Yeah, this one's stabbed into the ground too. But it's fully stabbed into the ground, but it's propped up on its own branches a little bit too. Weird.
Oh, this one's not stabbed in the ground. Oh, no, yeah, it is. You're right. See, I just don't understand.
Yeah, see, this is a different, that's not from it, and that's in there.
Isn't that weird? Like, the physics of it, let's just say it broke off, right?
Yeah.
And it falls, right? And the likelihood of it stabbing that deep.
Well, so, hear me out. When they fall, aerodynamically, it's going to want to spin and bring the heaviest end down first.
And the physics is the problem I'm having with it.
Yes.
I understand how
So that part should be the part that's stabbed into the ground when they fall from that high up. You know, but who knows?
It's going to go like this. Top, and then as soon as it breaks, the heavy part's going to go.
Yeah, and try to take control.
Yeah.
And then it comes down like a lawn dart. Foosh. But this is backwards.
And it's fucking deep in the ground.
Yeah.
That's deep in the ground.
And just the treetops alone don't make any sense. And now that we've found so many of them impaled into the earth, oh shit, I see an upside down one right there. Holy shit. You see it? Yeah. Yeah. Oh, shit. Yeah, look at this thing. upside down, impaled into the ground just like the other ones. But this one's leaned up and piled on top of 2 other treetops, but it's stuck in the ground really deep. Jesus. It's stabbed in there as well, though. That probably... Let's see, it's this one. Oh, it's too heavy, dude. It don't even wiggle. Yeah, and it's propped up against those other ones, but it's broke off, but I can see half of the break is impaled into the earth there. Dude, I think this might be one stabbed into the ground right here. That's stabbed in there, holy shit. Watch. Oh! Oh!
Totally. Okay, wait, give that to me. I'm gonna stab this fucker in the ground.
That one's...
You wanna see what it takes for a fucking grown man with some strength to do this?
Yeah, stab that. Yeah.
Wait, ready?
It's all about the balance.
Ready?
Oh, you hit a tree. Yeah, it went about a half an inch.
Okay, wait. Look at that, dude. I didn't even fucking barely go in.
Yeah, it barely went in.
That's crazy, dude.
And I think the one directly to your right is also stabbed into the ground. Look at this one.
That's crazy.
This one's stabbed in there too. Yeah, it is. That's just another one stabbed in.
So why are they stabbing trees?
I don't fucking know. Why are they breaking the tops of them?
That's weird.
Yeah.
That was tough, dude. That's almost impossible.
Yeah. And imagine one 3 times as thick as that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that one right there, how big that one.
Yeah.
Huh. That's pretty interesting.
Yeah. I mean, and it's just everywhere in here. Oh, Colin, this is one of my favorite ones. I'm so glad we're here. That one, okay, that got topped a long time ago. And then multiple attempts at new tops have all been broke off. And see that top that goes way up? It got topped again too. And so that tree got topped so many times that it finally just died.
I don't get it. That's crazy. I don't understand this.
And that, I think, is a Doug fir. And it's just been, or no, that's a hemlock. And that hemlock got topped probably 8 times throughout its lifespan. And then right here, I can count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I mean, just countless top trees, all surrounded. 8, and 9. Like, and those are just the ones I can see. There's so many more that we can't even see because they're up too high. Oh, there's 10. There's 11. There's 12. There's 13.
So there's a bunch in this area, but it all of a sudden just stops.
Yeah, once you get out of my research area, top trees don't exist anymore. This is a big old tree right here in front of us. It's topped way up 100 feet in the air, missing its top. It just makes no freaking sense.
Well, something is either climbing up there and breaking them. Something's happening.
Well, it's a Sasquatch going up there breaking them, but why is the big mystery? Like, why top 1,000,000 trees? They're doing it for something, though.
Well, and here's the other thing. Let's say it was violent windbreak, right? Let's just go there.
Yeah, let's just pretend.
So let's say it's violent windbreak, right? I'm okay with that because I've been in a real hurricane.
Yeah,
right?
I know it's not violent windbreak, but okay, let's hear your analogy.
Okay. A storm like that would come through a mountain system and hit the valleys, and it wouldn't just be in one area.
No,
you
would be
see
spread
that
across
in other areas, and so I'm not understanding that. There's no snow load.
No snow
There's
here.
no. I mean, you guys don't get hurricanes.
Nope.
Like, because I've seen telephone poles
And
get blown down by
hurricanes
hurricanes.
typically knock trees over by their root base.
Right.
Yeah, they don't top them.
trees.
No.
So I'm just trying to
Yeah, good luck.
Yeah.
I know. Trying to analyze it as a non-believer that's trying to make sense of it.
I'm trying to just make sense of it.
Yeah.
Right?
You can't, dude. And I'm a guy who cuts and manipulates trees for a living. And these fucking trees are just so bizarre.
And it's just the combination of it's right where you have your sighting, you get your audios, you get your
This
visual,
is the very road that I pulled the hair off
your
of.
footprints, your hair, the braided trees you showed me
the
yesterday,
braided
which
trees.
I've never seen in my life.
This is the
ever.
very road that I found all the pine cones beneath the arches on. I mean, everything is concentrated to this area. It's crazy. Right?
So when you watch your channel, and you and I speak personally as well, right?
Yeah.
So, and yes, you've been talking a lot about top trees and top trees and top trees. When you're here and you really start to understand that it's really only in this certain area.
Yeah.
Like because we're going out in a different area.
area.
You're taking me to different areas, right? But it's only in this area, and here's the weird part. This is the only area, too, that you're getting these impaled trees, which is another thing that I can't comprehend. And for me, it's all about how.
And
right?
why.
And the why.
Yeah.
The why is like, yeah, the why is there, but the how, man. How are these trees getting impaled?
Yeah.
When it would take us post hole diggers, pickaxes, then we'd have to bury
And there would
them.
be evidence of doing that.
Well, no, we would have to cover it up and then let the moss naturally regrow back over.
And come back
Things
6
that-
months later.
And like, why would you do it in just this one area? Because that's not happening in other areas.
Yeah, we're not finding it.
It's
Yeah,
only
I
in
could
the
take you
same-
on the short drive, and all the top trees are gone. So you were just recently up by Mount St. Helens,
Yeah, I spent 2 days up there with my
and you
brother.
were hunting elk or deer.
No, we were hunting deer and bear. That
Okay,
season was
deer
done.
and bear.
Yeah.
In your entire time there, you examined trees because you have been thinking about top trees because of my video. You hadn't been here yet. And did you find any topless trees?
No, so nothing like what I'm seeing here. So, I mean,
Nothing.
you see an odd one, you know, maybe a lightning strike or whatever,
Yeah.
right? A dead one that, and it's a good point. So, a dead one maybe, right? Something happened, but the ones we're seeing here aren't dead.
Green and healthy trees.
Yeah, so they're not dead.
Broke
they're
over and
not
over again.
Lightning strikes where possibly, you know how lightning will explode a tree?
Yeah.
So lightning will hit a tree and it'll, and sometimes it'll possibly ignite and you'll get charcoal, anyway, all that, right?
Yeah.
So that's not what we're seeing here. We're seeing healthy top trees that are topped multiple times.
Yeah.
So
Over and
not
over again.
Not all, but there's a lot of them.
Generational topping.
Yeah. And they're in the same area as the braided trees.
So, Colin spotted some stuff on the side of the road, caught my attention, and we're going to look at it because it's pretty cool. But there's a new arch going on in here. This tree is bent there. It's that skinny one that's way in the back, and you see where it should be. It's way over here. It should be going straight up with those trees. And yet there it is. It's arching. That tree, I will keep an eye on it, and it will get more bent, and it will be a full proper arch within time. Because they do it all gradually. Because if they do it too fast, they explode and they break. But what he spotted down here is what we're finding an abundance of on this trip. Yeah, look at those, dude. Look at those.
Don't get it, dude. This is so in there, dude. Check that out.
Stabbed in the ground.
Totally, dude. Look at all this. Something over here was tearing up the stump. All over in here. Look at all that.
Dude, these are fucking crazy, bro. This thing is just impaled in the dirt. And it's crazy because there's no evidence of digging. There's no evidence of disturbance. It's just freaking impaled in the ground. And that's a big, heavy freaking log. And then another one right next to it. Yeah, creating this V-type shape. Dude, those are pretty sturdy. And those will start rotting and collecting grubs like crazy.
Then you get like this mini one. I cannot, this one here, I could not impale even this little one here.
Yeah, we would have to be using post hole diggers and dig.
Even for this one I'm touching right now that's jammed in the ground too. I'd have to dig that out. Just
Yeah, what is that? What is
that?
going on? Oh yeah, I don't even kind of go in.
Back to your hole.
Yeah.
Fuck, dude.
Here, I want to try, dude. Just film me. I just want to see, because this is just so weird. Look at this. This one's... Oh, no, it's not. Okay, it's just sitting there. Never mind. Okay. So, it's in there about, I don't know, 7, 8 inches, whatever.
That's about maybe 11. It's about a foot, maybe. Oh, we almost broke it.
Yeah, it's starting to break. So they probably picked this one because it's already pretty rotten and pretty old. And so it will collect grubs very quickly. And there's probably other ones all around us. I see another one.
Oh, I'm sure they're all over.
Let's go down here just a little ways.
Okay.
Hello? I said hello. Are you filming?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
I'm in, dude. Wherever you're in, I'm in, dude.
I see another impaler right down here. Now we gotta look for footprint. There might be more than one impaler down here.
I'm guessing they're all around here. We're just seeing what we're finding. Oh, I see what you're talking about.
It's a big old tree top, sideways, gap in the ground. So this is giving a reason to why they're topping them. You know, if you see a big tree.
Oh, you're going with that big one there. That's a good size one.
Yeah, this is not a stump. This is another one. No stump here.
Careful.
And it don't wiggle. Oh, it does wiggle. But it's in there, impaled in the ground. And you can tell that it's a treetop because see how low this branch is? This branch is about that big around. You don't get branches that grow out of stumps, you know, not that low. This is the top of a tree that is impaled into the earth.
Look right behind you.
The treetop?
Yeah.
I wonder if it's impaled.
Yeah, that's why I said that. I think so.
Dude, it is. It's stabbed into the ground too. Holy shit, it is impaled into the ground.
I just don't think that the force of that breaking off and falling is able to impale it
No.
at the diagonal angle
So,
that it is.
Think about how a dart falls.
Yeah,
right?
no,
the
yeah.
heavier end
It's
is
gonna-
going to take flight, and it's going to stab more like this one here. So the fact that this one is impaled upside down, it should have fallen and twisted and landed anything but. And the top of a tree is very weak. It would have just crushed and broke. And
I just don't think it would impale itself
it
like
would
that.
not.
It's
It
weird.
would not impale itself. This is an intentional thing that they are doing. And I see another one right here that's probably impaled. Yep. This one here's impaled too. Oh yeah, it's in the ground. Dad's in there. It's another fucking grub. Another grub grower right there.
Grub grower, there you go.
So since my very first moment of which I realized Sasquatch is real and exists in this region of forested mountains, I have postulated and pointed out my belief that grubs, insects in the decaying wood is a major food source for them. And that's because the first time I saw a Sasquatch, the one that I filmed from that mountaintop, it spent about an hour at a stump. And it probably was at that stump longer than an hour, because about an hour in, I was getting blocked out by the clouds. I couldn't see it anymore. And so I've always wondered, why would it spend so much time at that stump? And then I started finding shredded stumps and logs everywhere. And so I started to recognize that I believe wood-eating insects, grubs, stuff like that is a major, major food source to them. Now that, was just a theory, and I've pointed it out in different ways throughout my videos. And I'd always pointed out the mystery of the topped trees. Made no sense. The effort that would go into topping all of these trees, massive energy goes into that. Now that I'm finding impaled treetops all over the forest floor, I have to consider the amount of energy that would go into doing this. It's enormous. It would be a major, major undertaking for anything to go out and top all these trees and impale logs into the ground like we are finding. So why would any group of people or animals or whatever put that much energy into anything unless it was to get energy back? And how do they get energy out of this? By collecting grubs. By inserting logs into the ground, they are creating an environment for wood-eating insects to thrive. Because if it gets really cold in the winter, the wood-eating insects, they need to be somewhere where they can avoid the cold. They don't want to freeze, so they will go to the meat of the wood that is in the dirt. And that is where they will hunker down during the cold. And when the Sasquatch wants to reap the rewards of their effort, they can easily walk around and find these things because they're sticking up out of the ground, some of them damn near 20 feet, and they will have food. And I am going to prove this. I have a lot of evidence to support this claim, and this is just the beginning of me postulating this claim. I don't know. Yeah, look, dude, that's not a growing tree. That's just sitting there. Holy shit.
Oh, you're right, man.
That's just sitting there.
For sure.
You're positive, like there's no stump to it. What? It'll move.
Oh, you're totally right.
Yeah, it's just sitting there.
Okay, wait.
That is not a tree. That is something that's just impaled into the earth. This is a scene from an old video, my first discovery of upside down trees from a year ago. And when I first discovered these old upside down trees, I was finding holes where upside down trees used to be, ones that had been removed. Here's another hole in the ground. You can't really see it very well, but that's a big old hole where I think one used to be. So this right here, this is a big, heavy log right here. I mean, the width of it right there, that's about almost 10-inch wide. And it is about, 25 feet long. So that's a lot of weight. And it's just resting on that skinny little branch of an alder. So this thing is fully impaled into the earth right there. And I bet you I couldn't even begin to pull it out because it's way too big and heavy. But it's in there deep. I mean, it's another one. And these were not here on my last trip because I would have made videos about all these impaled, upside down treetops. I mean, they are all stabbed into the earth. And so I really, really am speculating that they went around and did all this recently, this summer, so they would rot in the ground and collect grubs for the springtime. So now it's going to be really interesting to see if come springtime, these start getting broke and ripped out and they start disappearing as they fill with bugs while they rot all winter. I mean, there's just been so many of these that we have found in the last couple days, and they're all new. Big old giant treetops stabbed into the earth. And so I bet you, because the tip of a tree is the youngest part of the tree, it's also the softest part of the tree, which means it's the most conducive to accelerate rot, which will accelerate the likelihood of grubs and bugs living in it. So I'm really, really starting to lean towards that. That's what the upside down trees are for, is for bugs and rot. And that's what these are all for, because all of a sudden they're everywhere. I don't know. So this is an old log that is impaled into the ground. Colin and I found this out in the outskirts of Dead Canyon. And it is very similar to the old upside down trees that I found last year. Identical to them. And all of the upside down logs impaled into the ground that I've showed you in this video are eventually going to be like this. Old, aged, punky logs. And let me show you what happens when we rip one open. Is impaled into the earth. This isn't a tree with any kind of root system. It is just an impaler. Go ahead and rip that.
Okay, so if what the person said about shoving them in for grubs, right? Letting them decompose. Watch this. Ready?
Oh, everywhere.
Look at this. Okay, you want dinner time, ladies and gentlemen?
Wow.
Look at that. So
that is why they're doing it.
Yeah, well, it would make things make sense.
And this isn't even the right time of year. That when those grubs are the feeding time is in the spring. So all those little guys were gonna lay a bunch of eggs, and there was gonna be.
Okay, you got a menu. You got ants. You got termites. You got grubs. You got a centipede thing. You got a little natural menu. Huh, that's interesting.
That's why they're doing it.
Dude, that's a possibility.
That is why they're doing it.
I mean, you basically just kind of building your own supermarket.
Yeah. You're just upping the likelihood of being able to go find grubs when you want them.
I never thought of that, dude. Imagine in a survival situation.
Yeah.
Now I know I'm fucking boom.
You can just bury wood all over the
holy
place.
Shit.
Yeah.
If you're like stranded in the woods forever,
yeah.
I'd start setting up shop, dude, and just get bowls of those fuckers and
bury all the wood you can.
Yeah, that's crazy, dude.
And now that I think about it, so at the upside down tree site, there's entire logs that are under the dirt that are just weird.
That shouldn't be there.
Shouldn't be there.
I've
always looked at this and said, how are logs like buried in the dirt? You know, it looks like a bulldozer came in there and just pushed a bunch of dirt on top of logs.